Good evening. My name is Michelle Romero, and I am a student here at Central Region High School. On behalf of Central Region High School and R.I.S.E Youth Group, I'd like to welcome parents, students, teachers, and community members to our community forum.
I think that's the fight that we're at right now, because the push-out rate is across the United States is a national crisis, and in particular here in LAUSD, for instance, at Miguel Contreras Learning Complex, right? Their push-out rate is 52% of students, right? And I say that because for our community to make the changes that we want to see to have a better life for our family and to change things in our community for the younger ones that are coming up, that has to change. Because if we don't, as a community, begin to reclaim our education, as you'll see from the documentary and this information, they're funding a prison industry based on the lives of our youth, of Black and brown youth in particular.
What we really want is not to have cops on campus, but more like people that we could kind of, trust. Like parents that have their kids here, they're more trustable, right? Because we're not, of course they're not going to do nothing to us. They have their own kids at this school. And the cops, they kind of intimidate us in a way. And sometimes they don't even do their job right.
I support what she has to say, because if we're so broke like they say we are, we should stop getting cops, so many cops, and we should start getting people from the community who could volunteer, and that won't cost us no money, and they should start investing that money in stuff we need, stuff that can actually help us at school, because
What I'm hearing from the young people is basically saying that they would like to have more mentors or more positive men and women on this campus that can share their education, that can share their experiences, that can inspire and relate to where y'all are coming from. And I think that a lot of that would go a lot farther than just putting a police presence on campus. And I think what a lot of schools will find is that with the police presence on campus, those disagreements, those problems, those tensions don't go away.
A.R.E, the Alliance of Californians for Community Empowerment. Soy un organizador con la organización Alianza de Californianos para el Poder Comunitario. So I guess my question right here is, because it seems like we're basing the dialogue a lot on the presence of police officers, right? But one of the speakers, Melanie, is that your name? She kept saying that they are oppressing us, and I'm just curious as to if we could define who they are. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's a complicated issue. The video showed how the standardized testing, right? The producers of the test, the district, the teachers, the officers. I feel like I just wonder, from your experience, the expert, what are some concrete next steps, right? That this group could take to make sure that this school is not one of those, one more in the numbers, right? Instead of just focusing on the police officers. Because I do wonder why a parent is not up there as well, right? Because I think parents have a different concern when it comes to safety of the students, right? So I think it's about finding the balance.
Honestly, you could walk out any door from this school, nothing. And we don't have, like I said, we don't have enough staff, and sometimes we don't feel safe.
Reason one, for the area that our children are in, and number two, for many other reasons. I believe that we're being a little too negative also on not giving the police officer a chance to get to know them, especially because I don't think we should judge for what has happened.
Well, I just wanted to add that maybe right now we don't seem like we pretty much know what we're talking about, but during our research, we had a lot of comments and we were really fired up and upset, outraged about what we were learning. We're learning that the money that supposedly has to come to us, that has to help us, isn't getting where it's supposed to. They're opening up a bunch of schools, supposedly saying because parents want classroom sizes to go down, not to go up. But the more classrooms we open, apparently we have more students and the class sizes get bigger. In my classes, we have up to 42 students. And come on, are we actually going to get attention from our teachers like that? We're not. We're not at all. they said, racial profiling. Do they really have to do that? No, they don't. And detention for not wearing uniform and campus cleanup, which we were talking about, the zero tolerance policy, where they do severe punishment for minor behavior. And there's a lot of stories in Casey. Like, if you ask them, if you talk to our students up there, they could tell you what we're talking about. A lot of stories that we've heard from Quantum, how they're strict, and pretty much we notice how they're brainwashing them, and how we want to change things in the school. And all we need is for students to unite and gather and actually realize what's going on. Taking it seriously, and we want you guys to get involved along with teachers, because we may seem like youth, but in reality, if you heard us when we speak about what we really want to change, we pretty much open up our minds, and a lot of these students really have strong things to say. Como estaba diciendo, muchos de nosotros nomás parecemos como estudiantes, y mejor padres piensan, oh, de seguro no saben lo que están diciendo, pero si escucharan cómo sus hijos, cómo los muchachos de esa escuela hablan y dicen lo que sienten, vieran cómo piensan, ustedes estarían muy, muy impresionados. Y nomás quiero que ustedes, sí, en serio, por favor, se involucren con la escuela y con los maestros, y vengan cuando quieran, nomás hablen con sus hijos, ellos les pueden decir cómo es que ellos están viendo este problema en sus casas.
So we just wanted to thank everyone for joining us. This is the reason why we do what we do. A lot of people really work behind the scenes to get this going. I just wanted to give you just one little example of how this group has come together. They really, the R.I.S.E youth group started back in September, and already we're ready to meet with the Santi kids. I remember when they first started, it was a really small group. And Santi kids, and I think they've got about 60 kids in the Mecha. They met up with these students at City Hall. And it was about 3 R.I.S.E youth group kids and a lot of students from Santi High. And you wouldn't believe how these students sat there and would not take no from an answer when they were demanding to meet with Mayor Villaraigosa in relation to the impounding of cars during the checkpoint. So you will be hearing and seeing a lot of these students. They are currently, I know the Santi kids are currently working strong in it with that campaign, and also supporting some of the work that is going on in the community. So we want you guys, we invite the parents, start coming in. We are going to be doing a follow-up phone call through A.R.E, to invite the parents that showed up today, so that you can begin to work with the youth and also offer the support that we need here to change things here on our campus. And